Windscale, the pride of Britain. Nestled in the picturesque Lake District, the state-of-the-art atom plant has transformed this rugged landscape into the envy of its northern neighbors. Scientific progress waits for no one, and
the public has nothing to fear.
The area will be reopened by Christmas at the latest.
The situation is more complex than was at first understood.
No military expeditions into the area have been lost. Where did you get such an idea?
Perhaps by next Christmas. Oh! No more reconnaissance flights! The interference field is bringing down aircraft like clay pigeons!
Let me be clear. Our experts are monitoring the situation, and I would urge everyone to remain calm. The situation in Cumberland is well in hand.
Is anybody there? I need help. Who are you? What are you doing in here? I thought this place was secure. Where's Dr. Powell? I think I'll be all right. For the moment, at least. It's more important that you listen to me. I don't know who you are, but I could trust you more than I can trust myself. Please listen. Listen, or all my thoughts are still my own. You're trapped in the quarantine zone around the Windscale atom plant. That's where it all went wrong. The only way to Windscale is through the interchange. You'll need my key card, or you'll never get in. There are people, people who will help you escape, but they won't do it for free. I've lost so much blood. I can't think straight. There should be supplies nearby. Alcohol and rest. Stop the bleeding, please. Hurry, please. It hurts like the devil. Please, a bandage. Please help me. Hurry, please. It hurts like the devil. Such a stupid, careless mistake. Was ambushed by one of those bloody thieves. Outlaws, they call themselves. Probably got such a power too. I think I was meant to break the quarantine. I wouldn't survive in there now. The plan is to feel unimportant. But I know that's wrong. What's the matter with me? I hate this. Please, a bandage. Please help me. Thank you. Delaying the inevitable, I'm afraid. But at least I can think more clearly now. Here's my key card. It will get you out of here and into the interchange. It doesn't matter what else happens. As long as the truth of this place gets out. Here are my notes. Everything I remember. It's not much, but it's all I can do. Now listen. There's still every chance something bad may happen to me, and you shouldn't be here when it does. If I can ever repay you for helping me, I will. But for your own safety, you should go. Leave me. Go now. It's rare to find anyone who has the slightest spark of kindness in this place. It may help you to survive. I hope so. The interchange holds the truth. You must not forget. It's important. Be on your guard out there. Everything is a threat.
Quarantine protocol is in effect. This door must remain sealed. Emergency access has been granted.
Me, but I tagged you a bloody sight worse. Show your face. Let's get it over with, eh? Come out, come out. Tea's getting cold. Oh, come on. I just want us to be friends. That daft suit of yours must be filling up with blood by now. Let's just finish things. Off with you, or you'll regret it.
Hello? Who's out there? Stay back. What are you doing in here? Who knows what might have followed you in? Oh, you're lost, all right. You really don't know where you are. Are you all right? If you don't mind me saying so, you look proper peaky. Well, ain't that a turn up for the books? Mayhap I can help you find your feet a tad. This is the quarantine zone. They built hell in Cumberland, and you're right slap bang in it. Government boffins used to be here. Don't know what they were doing, but it all went to cock in the end. Look, if you've a question about these caves, I can help. I don't know much about how else, though. Supplies I could trade, if that's what you're after. Well, this tunnel's part of the old cart route. What's left of it, any road. It's like a loop, takes you in and out of Slatton Dale. The Dale's busy with outlaws, so watch yourself if you go that way. Oh, and there's a fenced-off way, goes into the soldiers' territory. Skether Moor, that is. Can't recommend that. Not unless you're keen to get yourself shot or burned to a crisp. You know, I must say, it's nice to talk to someone. Someone who's properly here, that is. Not just a voice in my head. I can tell you my story, I suppose. I used to work this mine. Not but your run-of-the-mill slate mine. Until they found summer in one of the workings. Next thing we know, we're up to our necks in white coats and khaki, made to sign the Official Secrets Act, even though we know now and been told less. A few years later, something goes properly wrong at that factory thing they built across the mere. And now, here I am living in a hole. Nope. All I know is they closed up the mines and started building bunkers everywhere. They reckoned bunkers were secrets too. Like you can dig big holes in the ground without everyone and their dog in the neighborhood knowing about it. Oh. Said that out loud, did I? Oh, I know how that must sound, but, exactly that. Well, voices, really. More than one. But, well, now, you really are a stranger, aren't you? They don't know who you are. Usually, you see, the voices tell me when someone's coming. That's how I know to hide. Well, aye. On occasion. It's like this, you see. They chatter away. The voices in my head. Not all the time, but a lot of it. Sometimes they're only whispers. Other times, not often, it's like they're standing right next to me. Hard to make out most of the time, but other times, they whisper about places. Hidden, secret places. Sometimes I think they're whispering from such places. Or mayhap I'm there, listening to them. Lord, I shouldn't be telling you this. It could make them angry. I wonder... perhaps if you can find it and open it. Listen, I used to work these mines. The biggest one, the boffins took over when they arrived, started building somewhere inside. Now, what did they call the place? Oh, but yes. Interchange. That was it. And I've heard the voices say that name. I'm sure I have. They closed up the old mine entrance, but I suppose they must have hidden a new one elsewhere. Mayhap the voices are ghosts, trapped inside. Mayhap opening a way to them will make the voices happy. Mayhap they'll leave me alone then. A few months back, people outside the walls sent in a convoy. All soldiers and that. They'd have been heading to the interchange, I'm sure. Didn't get far, of course. They were an ambush. Could hear the screaming a mile away. You'd maybe find some clues if you search through wreckage. I'll mark the spot for you. Suppose it's possible. Not likely, though, on account of you still being alive. Bye. You be careful out there.
seen you around this stretch before. How do? Where did you come from then? A wanderer. And you're still alive. How about that? My name's Nat, by the way. Forgive me being curious of strangers. This place has been off for years. There've been strange happenings. You have to be careful who you trust. Not civilized round here anymore, just savages that roam about. And a few survivors, like myself. Things have been bad ever since the government built that plant across the water. Shady, secret stuff them scientists were up to. Whatever they were doing, they were right keen to bury it when it went wrong. Listen, I overheard them once, the blokes in noddy suits. The ones that appeared right after the disaster, talking about their quarantine. How they had to seal the place. Said something about an interchange, a secret project. But I should stop talking before I get carried away. Not personal. I can be a right chatterbox, that's all. It's what they chucked me out in the village for, the buggers. Aye? Well, I was speaking truth. From a certain point of view. Wyndham has not been civilized since the soldiers moved in. Running the place like prison camp. Calling themselves protocol. I can point you to it. But I've no desire to return. You ask me, those that stayed might have done better out here. Now, I'm not sure I should be saying out more to a stranger. Easy now. I only heard the name. But I'd wager it's buried under these hills. This place is riddled with secret bunkers. Or so I've heard. Such things were kept hidden from the likes of us, of course. But look, if you want more, you'd be wise to ask Molly, the tinker. An ear for information has Molly. She's usually camped just north of here. Now I really should stop talking. Now personal, but you can't trust anyone too much these days, can you? So long. What's yourself around here, aye?
I'll kill you dead! Watch it! Hey! I find you. I'm gonna cut you to pieces.
Alpha, mind your head and few. I'm taking a shot.
Nice and slow now. Let's have no trouble. Stay alert. Stay alive.
Damn it! They've been killed. Must be over this way. Firing! Oh, heck. Don't know why we're hanging around. We've had all the work nailed down already.
Let's take this nice. Let's take
Someone's
this nice
sneaking
and
around
slow.
playing silly
Huh?
buggers.
Let's have no trouble. You're not welcome here. Off you go. Don't come back. Piece of cake, this'll be.
That's right.
No
you
bugger.
get. I'm fired.
Careful, you won't get jammied.
You what? Quick now. Get some bullets in here.
Hell's teeth. You bugger. Whoa, whoa. You little... Hell's teeth. You bugger. Let's get this over.
I'll fund. That's right.
Whoa! Watch it.
Stop your mittering. You, cheeky. Piece of cake. Let's be having them.
Bloody right, pal, you tell. Bugger me.
Murderer. What the? What? Hey. You're done for.
Hello. I don't know you, do I? No, I'm sure I don't. Not seen you around here before. Your lot shouldn't be wandering this far out village. It's safe. That is where you came from. The village. Well, course you're not one of them. You're a stranger to these dales, aren't you? Clear as crystal now I look at you. And I'm good at reading people. It's a right handy skill. Especially if you want to get any good business done. My name's Molly. If you've got out to trade, I've got some bits and bobs for sale. They kept what they were doing hidden from us locals, right up until the day the atom plant went bang across the mere. Well, you won't find any boffins left here now, but turns out they've been digging out secret bunkers all over the place. Riddle these hills like woodworm in an old sideboard. I might just know the location of one or two of them. Not that that kind of thing comes for free, you understand. You've met old Nat? He's a good soul, is Nat. Could talk the hind legs off a donkey. Well, any friend of his is a friend of mine. Oh, well, I suppose it can't hurt to give you a little something for free. I heard some outlaws found a big door nearby, one they couldn't get open. Now, only the boffins would have built something like that. They said it was signed, the interchange. It's inside a bunker that overlooks the quarry, if you've been over that way. Here, I'll mark it for you. How's this sound? We do a bit of trading. And here's the thing. I get right gossipy when I'm trading. I bet you wouldn't mind hearing a bit of local gossip, would you? Make a trade, and maybe I'll throw in some information for free. Well, before everything were a mess, I used to be a tinker. Travelling round, fixing things for folk. Sharpening knives and scissors. Selling pots and pans. Afterwards, couldn't get stuff off the markets to sell anymore. So I thought, Molly, my girl, you need to become a broker. That's what I do. I sort out deals. And I do it fairly. Reputation's about the only thing worth spit now. You need anything, Molly'll be here.
Don't go asking for trouble or you'll get it.
Let's get this over with, aye?
Bugger. Yeah, tell him.
Put their head in future. You, cheeky. What the?
Nobody wants trouble. Stupid, you... What? Heck! Bloody heck! What the...
Attention! Wyndham Village is under the authority of the Quarantine Protocol. Acts of banditry and other breaches of the Penal Charter will be severely punished. In the name of Queen and country, follow protocol or face the consequences.
Well, well, well. Just look what the cat dragged in. Pay attention. This village is under military occupation per the Quarantine Protocol. You're new round here, eh? Which means you're free to enter. Just keep your nose clean, all right? What are you gawping at? Like I said, you're free to enter the village. Move on. Just like that. Captain's orders. He says any stranger might be important. So we just send any like you his way. Unless you're an outlaw, of course. Or worse. I reckon he'd be keen to see you right away. Last I heard, Captain Sims was down by the bandstand. Present yourself to him toot sweet, if you know what's good for you.
Well, should I shoot him, Sarge?
You should not. Do they look like an outlaw to you?
No, Sarge.
There we go then. Outlaws we shoot, strangers we let in. Captain's orders. Orders be blowed.
I see you over there. Steady now, no sudden moves. Good, keep moving.
Citizens of Wyndham, and keep increase in outlaw activity on Slatterdale. Slatterdale until the area is once again declared safe.
Look, for the 100th time, we're here to protect civilians and get this mess sorted out.
Get a lot sorted out by kicking the elderly out of their homes, do ya?
You know what the captain said? We have to move anybody vulnerable inside the inner perimeter.
Vulnerable? The bloody cheek of you! Ah, at least the outlaws have the common decency to rub us blind and not tell us it's for our own bloody good.
To the top of the
Right, listen to me, you old knout.
I know it.
Orders is orders. You obey orders, or it's the jug for you.
You'd never took us in the prison. I'd die there. You'd never.
Watch me. You should be thanking us
Do
for
as you're
protecting
told,
you. You know
right?
that?
Aye, I suppose so.
You suppose so? Let me hear you say it.
Thank you. Thank you for protecting us.
That's better. Now gather your tat and get out.
We started off right by shooting some troublemakers. Shame we got...
Citizens
Don't
of
be
Wyndham,
causing trouble.
the army is here to help and protect you. Trust us
the peace,
and
Sibby.
help us to help you. Follow the protocol.
Those thieving bastards without the perimeter need teaching a lesson.
Addressing civilian! Stand back, citizen!
Citizens of Wyndham, pagan practices of any kind are strictly forbidden. Any breach of this regulation is punishable by death.
said to him, "Where's my pal Johnny? What you done with him?" And that bloody peacock says, "Oh, Mr. Wilmore is currently detained."
He never. They put poor Mr. Wilmore in that prison of theirs. What for?
Wouldn't say, would he? Eh? All full of martial law this and special powers that.
Ugh, bunch of little Hitlers.
Our Davy never came back from France last one.
Oh, I know.
Citizens of Wyndham, the woods...
Why here, of all places? If they'd resolved to do something so awful, why in the church?
Some bugger, pardon my French, wanted to make a scene, sir.
And doom us all in the process. Oh, I'm sorry, we're closed today. Please leave. Please, I beg of you. Just forget you saw anything here and go. Please. So it seems. To visit this sort of thing upon the church is pure wickedness. Please, tell no one. I know how it seems, but I would not ask such a thing if it weren't for the good of the village. It's vital the military don't learn of this. We'll tidy up, but if the captain and his toy soldiers find out, things will become so much worse here. All I can concern myself with right now is keeping this quiet. I must decide what to do about this before any soldier wanders in. I would suggest you let all this lie too. The matter is best left to the village to handle. Maisie, a local girl. She must have got mixed up in something. The weapon that was used to, a peculiar choice. It puts me in mind of those debauched druids out in the woods. Well, we call them druids. I'm not sure what they call themselves. The disaster seems to have fostered the return of some distinctly atavistic, indeed thoroughgoing pagan sentiments around here. The following sprang up in Casterfell Woods shortly after, in the ruins of an old castle, and has since bloomed into a vicious cult. Certain death. That's what you'll be met with if you choose to enter the woods. I advise you to stay well away. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some things to work out.
What do you want? I had naught to do with Maisie's death, I swear, in God's name. And neither did the vicar. He's a good man. If this gets back to the soldiers, they'll cart him and me both off to jail. Aye, didn't touch her. It's horrid enough just to look at. Like someone wanted to make a scene. Wanted revenge or something? She probably got on the wrong side of someone on account of her. But you should leave. This is village business, and none of yours. Like I said, this is none of your business, stranger. If you want to play detective, stick to the crime scene. Leave us bystanders alone.
You'll do the right thing, I'm sure. God go with you. What in heaven's name?
Trespass is a serious offense.
Citizens, it has come to my attention, again, that despite warnings, certain among you are still pursuing prohibited activities. To wit,
Don't consult with the locals, eh? Who the hell else is supposed to...
Keep your nose clean. One more civvy gives me cheek and I'll top the bastard. Orders be blowed. Hands away from any weapons, you.
This is all just an experiment to them in the south. We're just guinea pigs. Why can't anyone else see that?
One more civvy gives me cheek and I'll top the bastard. Orders be blowed.
Citizens of Wyndham, the army is here to help and protect you. Trust us and help us to help you.
See that big metal bugger? I could have it. I could.
Steady on, George. It's got guns on it, you know.
A new customer. How do? Not often we see new faces here. My name's Alf Buckshaw. Welcome to what's likely the last pub in Cumberland, such as it is. Now, what can I do for you? Fountains of beer, dancing girls, and the finest cuisine in the land. Well, we've got some beer. And I found a pickled onion in a jar in the back of the cupboard. Seriously, mind, I can get me hands on things. Some pretty hard to find things at that. And feeling that, I can offer conversation. No gossip, mind you. Get locked up for gossip these days. I suppose I might be able to help a friendly traveller out. What sort of gear did you have in mind? Oh, aye. Well, look. There's ways and means. The old government bunkers, the ones they reckon were secret. Like anything stays a secret round here for long. If it's special gear you want, Have a poke round in any bunker you find. I've heard there's some grand doings to be had in them, but watch yourself. Few of them are safe. You let me know if there's aught else I can help you with. Well, after it all went to cock and we got quarantined, London started sending in soldiers. To start with, folk were happy to see 'em, but after a while, it turned out there was bugger all they could do to help. When they found out they weren't being let back through the wall again, well, it got nasty. Plenty round here, I reckon. It's what it would have been like if the Nazis had invaded after all. Of course, you didn't hear that from me, all right? Who knows what them boffins were up to? But I don't think that atom plant going pop was part of the plan, do you? Well, at least they told us it were an atom plant. So where are all the atoms, eh? I've heard a thing or two about radioactiveness, and by all rights, none of us should be standing here. Anyhow, I shouldn't be gossiping about this stuff. Oh, I think we can manage that. Bet you weren't expecting to find a place like Wyndham still ticking over after all what's gone on here, were you now? Folk will get used to anything given time. Which isn't to say, it's not nice to see some new faces coming through here now and then. Reminds a fella just how strange this all really is. The captain likes strangers too. He treats them better than he does the rest of the village. Means he can do things us regular folk can't. Oh, aye. There were a lady scientist here not so long ago. Dr. Garrow. They say she used to work at the site over the mere. Top dog too, I was told. Managed to get out while the rest of them boffins were trapped in with us. Any road, she turns up here a few months back out of nowhere and starts throwing her weight around. She did something that got the soldiers' backs up, and they stuck her in their jail on Scathamore. Well, I heard, and I don't know how much credit to give it, but she whispered something to one of them big gun turrets of theirs over at their camp, and the thing shut off, just like that. She waltzed right into the camp, and soldiers were all turned about looking for her. Captain didn't like being made a fool of like that. Of course, that's just hearsay and gossip. And I don't gossip, me. Very good. Nicely done, and all on the nail. All sorts comes through here, so don't be shy about coming back. Might have something new for you. Let me ask you something. The soldiers, protocol as they go by. What do you make of them? Aye, well, you haven't been here long enough to know. Between you and me and the garden wall, let me tell you, it's like being under an army of occupation. Look, I'm willing to trust you have your heart in the right place, and I need help with something. Soldiers have got their eyes on me, but they'll give you the benefit of the doubt, for the moment at least. I need to collect a few messages. Not important, you understand, but I can't stick me nose out of the door without the soldiers taking an interest. You they'll let walk out of the village, so I need you to go to Skethermore for us. I'm not interesting. Just need a mite of discretion in the gathering, if you follow me. There's something in it for you and all. Not asking you to do out for nought. I need a message collecting from Nora. Careful with her. She's not fond of strangers. But it'll be all right if you see I sent you. She hides out in her barn on Skethermore. I'll mark it for you. The other note is with a fella who skulks all over Skethermore. But we have a meeting place. I'll mark it on your map. Fair warning, though. Out in Skethermore, soldiers don't care who or what you are. They'll shoot before they ask. See you around.
Oh, I wouldn't mind so much if I had a bit more sunshine.
Watch your step.
You tomorrow will be good. Signs of corruption? Report it immediately. Caught early, the contagion will be painlessly excised. Be vigilant.
democracy wouldn't go amiss. Thought that was what we fought the war for.
Citizens of Wyndham, a contaminated area has been reported in the Skethamore fields. Please stay away from there until it has been sterilized. Guarantee your safety beyond the village palings. Do you have a good reason to leave the village? Citizens of Wyndham, remember that your village is one of the few remaining bastions of normality within the zone. Keep it that way. Be normal.
Stay to this place. Leave tomorrow if we could.
Citizens of Wyndham, there has been an increase in outlaw activity on Slattendale. Avoid Slattendale until the area is once again declared safe.
Stay to this place. Leave tomorrow if we could.
Citizens of Wyndham, the army is here to help and protect you. Trust us and help us to help you. Follow the protocol.
One more civvy gives me cheek and I'll top the bastard.
Not sure about you.
Beer at the pub tastes like sheep dip. Better than nothing.
Always do watch yourself, civvy.
A stranger, eh? Without the perimeter, need teaching a lesson.
Keep your nose clean.
Maybe Smith is right. Perhaps we should just build a huge still and drink ourselves to death.
Hands away from any weapons, you.
Within the zone. Keep it that way. Be normal. Practices of any kind are strictly forbidden. Any breach of this regulation is punishable by death. Citizens of Wyndham, remember, strangers may be dangers. If you encounter anyone who is unfamiliar to you, report their presence as soon as possible to the controlling authority.
Ah, it's you. The shopkeeper. Good heavens above. I knew something was off about him, but nothing as foul as that. Then I must ask something of you. You're embroiled in this now, as much as we are. To find absolution, well, you must find some way to deal with Morris. An ally to those heathens in the woods is a danger to the village. Not that I'm suggesting you. Well, I'll leave it to your judgment. I'm asking you to, well, to deal with him. He can't be allowed to walk freely here when he has succumbed to such corruption. You could get the captain involved, though I am loath to suggest it. Whatever course of action you take, I'm sure you will do what is best. Now that Maisie is dead, there is no one else I can trust to be able to carry out such a task. And in the spirit of reciprocation, if you are in need of my help, you need only ask. Oh, Lord, not you as well. Listen, the pressure of living in these walls, it can cause one's mind to play tricks. But I assure you there are no ghosts here. No one has been inside the cellar since the disaster. The key was lost along with the scientists, God rest their souls. Perhaps you should get some rest, I'd like to avoid any ghostly rumors being spread about the place. You did? I see. Yes, it's true. She ran errands for me from time to time. I asked her to keep an eye on certain people. She has had quite a talent for it. I have a certain arrangement of sorts with some of the villagers. In a world as terrible as this, with evil in the soil and a military boot on their necks, who can blame those who turn to the church for protection? I offer what I can, in return for a small donation to the church. But it is necessary for me to keep some eyes on them as well. In case they waver, there is a lot of temptation within the zone, and temptation too easily leads to corruption. I am here if you wish to talk, to unburden your soul. And if you'll forgive me for saying so, you seem troubled. Might I ask why? I don't suppose, well, have you perhaps been hearing voices? It is a sign of vile corruption. It cannot be tolerated. It must be confronted. I saw it in the baker's husband. The baker, Iris, told me he was hearing voices and had fallen terribly ill. I haven't seen her husband for a number of weeks now. So I trust she came to her senses and took the necessary action. But it pains me to imagine what evil is creeping inside our little village. None of us, not even the protocol officers, know the truth of that. Only that it started with that wretched science city they built across the mere. They did something. Heaven knows what. And now it is laced with evil. You can smell it in the air. I doubt I would understand any of it. Besides which, the village occupies all my time. The people here need a guiding hand, not an oppressive one. The military presence, this protocol nonsense of theirs, has done that to us, and with no sign of respite. Pressure like that breeds corruption. I must obey the Lord's will and fight against such things. You, on the other hand, seem of a curious nature. I can offer you something, but you must be cautious about prying too deeply. Well, I was on cordial terms with one or two of the scientists stationed up here. The important ones lodged at a manor house out in Casterfell Woods. I doubt any are still alive. But they may have left notes or papers that could prove useful to you. But you didn't hear that from me. All right. Farewell, and God bless you.
Citizens of Wyndham, you are reminded that any building marked as sterilized is off limits prior to demolition. Trespass is a serious offense. Citizens of Wyndham, pagan practices of any kind are strictly forbidden. Any breach of this regulation is punishable by death.
Nobody wants any trouble. Should open their bloody eyes. That's all, because trouble's all we've got.
Citizens of Wyndham, acts of insubordination or disrespect against the soldiers protecting you here are, in essence, treasonous and will be treated as such. Please, don't make us hurt you.
State of this place. Leave tomorrow if we could.
Citizens of Wyndham, we cannot guarantee your safety beyond the village palings. Do you have a good reason to leave the village?
Wonder what's going on with Nancy and Aspel. Likely thinks me dead.
Citizens of Wyndham, a contaminated area has been reported in the Skethamore fields. Please stay away from there until it has been sterilized.
A new customer. How'd you do? Welcome to Wyndham Village. Pardon my curiosity, but how is it the soldiers let you in? Did you bribe them? And if you did, what with? How did... Well, been poking around in what's not your concern, eh? I don't have to explain myself to you. It's none of your bloody business. Beliefs? They're the truth. Can't you see what's going on here? The protocol soldiers, the church, all carrying on like they know all the answers, when the truth is they know nought. Everyone says the folk in the woods are cracked, but they look like the only sane ones around here to me. They're trying to make peace with the world, not ruin it. Them scientists, the disaster, that weren't natural, their knows. Upset the balance of things. Nature's proper furious with us. We should make amends, shouldn't we? It's only right. But them soldiers would have me locked up for thinking that. Dangerous pagan sentiments, that arse of a captain calls it. I want what's best for the village. We should be looking back to what's always been here. The army here tried to stamp it out, but their captain's a bloody southerner. What does he know about the north? Well, but maybe you're a tattletale for the vicar too, eh? Prying for secrets so he can hold 'em over me. Well, I won't stand for people who stick their beaks in where they're not wanted. Shut your bloody trap before you bring every nosy bastard in here. All right, look, just hear me out, eh? See, we're a rotten one, that un. Tattling folk out to the vicar so he can load it over us. She never had out on me, not till last night when she found that letter. Then she carried on like I'd thrown in me lot were old Hitler or summat. Called me a traitor, like I ever had any loyalty to the protocol lot. I'm no killer. Not born to it, but she were poison, that un, and so is Vicar. Summat had to be done. Him? My socks are holier than he is. We give our donations to the church, and in return he keeps the protocol sweet. Or so he says. Truth is, he worms his way into people's lives, finds out about matters that won't sit well with soldiers, and holds them over us. Blackmail it is. Pure and simple. Oh, aye. Or chuck you in that jail of theirs, which is just as much a death sentence, except slower. All I'm saying is that we messed up, with factories and machines and that. We should have stayed close to the soil. Simple as that. How is that treason? I'm not wicked, you know. I just have a purpose in life, that's all. Something better. But that Maisie... she were going to shout it from rooftops if I didn't pay to keep her and that vicar quiet. She had to go. And I had to do it somewhere Vicar couldn't just sweep it under the rug. He can't go running off to the captain when it looks like he might have blood on his hands. Please, I know what I'm asking, but let it go, will you? Give us that letter back and we can both forget all about it. I'll make it worth your while, I promise. What? And leave the village without a shop? I don't just run this place, you know. I find the supplies it depends on. Wyndham will starve. You can't make me leave. Bless you. Here, you take this as a thank you, I suppose. We can all just pretend none of this ever happened, eh? And look, if you want to know more about, you know, the purpose, well, there's someone I'd love you to meet. Mother Jago. Lives out by the old mine in Casterfell Woods. I'll mark the spot for you. Reckon you'll find what she has to say very interesting indeed. Big explosion, that's what. I remember it woke the whole village. We were out in the streets, wondering what were what. I mean, with all them atoms and such like they have over there. The soldiers rolled in and told us we were fine, that there weren't no radioactivity to be fit of. But then, in the next breath, they said we couldn't leave. Temporary quarantine protocol, they called it. Temporary, my hat. Look at them walls. Nowt temporary about them, is there? We had no choice but to take it on the chin. So we did. Well, most of us did, anyhow. In the months after the disaster, some people started to turn a bit odd. Nothing bad, just different. You know, kept going on about the soil calling to them. People you'd known your whole life, proper sober folk, suddenly talking about a new purpose. Then one night, they all upped and marched off into woods. Soldiers have been properly down about any talk, since that might sound a bit, you know, pagan. I shouldn't be talking about it neither.
Welcome back, friend.
Addressing civilian. Stand back, citizen. Addressing target. Clear the area, or you will be considered a threat. Potential threat has disengaged. Holding station.
Oh, who are you? I don't know you. You're not with the soldiers, are you? I run a lawful place here. Stick to every word of the protocol here, I do. Oh? Well, not that there's anything wrong with it if you did, it's just... Well, never mind. Now let me know if you're looking to buy something. What? You know that he's... Doesn't really matter how you know, does it? Look, I'll talk, but only to show you I'm doing nothing wrong. You have to keep quiet about this, please. Me husband, Philip, he went off exploring with one of his pals. Bloody fools, the pair of them. He said they were poking around in an old bunker and walked into a cloud of funny glowing spores or something. And he told me he started hearing voices. He says the voices hurt him. Whatever it was, it made him awful ill. He's not getting any better. Just a bit worse every day. He's upstairs, locked away, safe and sound, and not doing anything to hurt nobody. You know, we've had one mite of luck. Came by a special tonic, which does something to settle the voices in his head and keep the infection down. At least, while we can get it, it does. But look, what's your interest in all this? I'm sorry, but I don't have any of the tonic left. I know where you can get some, though. There's a lady, calls herself Mother Jago, out in Casterfell Woods. Brews the tonic to her own recipe. She lives out by the old mine. I can mark on the map where to find her. And listen, I hate to ask, but could I trouble you to get Us some of the tonic. Just a single bottle. We're almost run out. Bless you. Thank you. Bye now.
Keep the peace, Civvy.
Use tomorrow if we could.
And will be treated as such. Please, don't make us hurt you.
Addressing civilian.
I just want some humbugs and pear drops, nothing fancy.
One more civvy gives me cheek and I'll top the bastard. Orders be blown.
Another day, just like every other bloody day.
If you just let us have a crack at the outlaws around here, we could get rid of them and take their supplies.
Two boards, village perimeter again. We should deal with those scum once and for all.
Citizens of Wyndham, the woods are still off limits. If you need to approach the woods for foraging, request an escort at the village hall. You are leaving Wyndham, and the quarantine protocol is no longer responsible for your safety. The area you are entering is known to contain outlaws, lunatics, and monstrosities. Remember, a warning shot is a wasted bullet. You have been...
Everything depends upon the interchange. It must live again. And then Oberon must die. Oberon must.
Interchange bootstrap system online. Activating infrastructure. Assessing. Data stores offline. Central processor offline. Facilities offline. Project sectors offline. Please re-establish atomic power from data stores to central processor at your earliest convenience.
Wait a minute.
Eyes open. Something's out there.
Off you go. Let's have no trouble. I paid my boots with your teeth.
You can't hide from me.
Slap.
That was a close.
Yeah, we can regret being...
You're going nowhere.
Ah, stop.
I'll go.
Get on with it.
Stay still, you.
Rock you up.
I'll go and see what's about.
You.
This.
Fools, fight for your lives.
Let's have a look then. Come on.
Where you got to?
Christ.
Right. Reloading my bullets.
Take this.
Come on. Turn tables.
Where'd you get this, pet?
Nice and easy. Steady now. Let's have no strife. Turn around. Go away. I'm taking a shot.
Be more careful.
There's a body. Shit, it's ours.
Oh, you're for it now.
Oh, no, you don't. Yeah, they've had it now.
Hey?
Game's up for you, mate.
Come on! Let's...
Bloody right.
Whoa!
Keep your head in, you just.
They're killing us!
Okay, need to reload.
Aye, that's bloody right.
Take a stop.
You...
Need to reload.
Bang it away. Mind out.
You're not going anywhere. Heck!
Where'd you get to, eh?
Come on then. What have you done?
Kill him.
Bloody hell! Oh,
Firing.
where? Take... the...
Hell's teeth.
Bloody thing. Reloading. They don't even surround it.
There's nobody here. What the? I think it may have come from over here.
Got to reload.
Shit!
Now here, they've done a runner.
You little...
Crikey. You're dead. You hear me?
Yeah,
Dead.
that's right.
Bloody
Falling
sticky
alive
bastard. I'll find you! Just you wait.
This one's...
What the hell?
Little.
Ah. Whoa, whoa. We're running. Ah, you.
Attention! Wyndham Village is under the authority... Citizens of Wyndham,
Keep your nose clean.
we cannot guarantee your safety beyond the village palings. Do you have a good reason to leave the village? Citizens of Wyndham, remember that your village is one of the few remaining bastions of nomadic
Search, and you will find. Find more battery.
Citizens of Wyndham, volunteers are required.
Please, God.
Hands away from any weapons, you.
Work out to help out.
Behave yourself, Civvy. Wish to see you, but just let me show him what I can do.
It's always the buggers with the guns who get to say what's what, even if they're full of poppycock.
We've got to do something. Or we'll die here like daft sheep.
One more civvy gives me cheek and I'll top the bastard. Orders be blown. Beer at the pub tastes like sheep dip. Better than nothing, mind. One more civvy gives me cheek and I'll top the bastard.
know exactly. Keep it
How many
civilized.
steps
It takes
No
to get from the
troublemakers.
lake edge to the top of the village. I'm going mad. I know it. It's the World Cup this year, isn't it? I'm sure it is. I hope England nabs it.
Watch yourself, civvy.
Don't be causing trouble, all right?
Not sure I like the look of you.
Do as you're told, right?
One more civvy gives me cheek and I'll top the bastard. Orders.
Behave yourself, civvy.
Addressing civilian. Stand back, citizen.
Keep it that way. Be normal.
There you are. Steady now. Beer at the pub tastes like sheep dip.
Who's there?
Better than nothing, mind.
Addressing civilian.
Join the army to see the world and get some action. Well, that worked out brilliantly, didn't it?
Keep your nose clean.
Of this regulation is punishable by
Wish
death.
we could still get the light program.
Addressing civilian.
Well, well, a new face. Good day. You'll forgive me if I'm less than cordial on first acquaintances, I'm sure. New faces often mean trouble. And yet, they may bring new opportunities, too. Tell me, where have you come from? Really? Well, you're not the first amnesiac I've seen since things went awry. Trauma does strange things to people. In case it wasn't made clear to you on the way in, Wyndham is under the protection of the protocol. You are permitted to move freely through the village, for now at least. Consider it a gesture of goodwill. I hope it'll be reciprocated. But don't go causing any trouble here, is that clear? And if trouble finds you, make sure you report it, post-haste. Now, there are certain things I like to discuss with new faces such as you. I would hope a stranger like you can provide me with some information. All in good time. First, you need to make yourself useful to me. I want to know where you came from. I want to know what you can tell me about the outside. Let me worry about what to do with it. Trust me, you will be much better off aiding protocol than crossing us. Be under no illusions. We must eradicate the corruption that festers here before there is any hope of leaving this blasted place. If we were to work together, you and I, perhaps we might make some progress towards such an outcome. But step out of line, and I will revoke your liberties here just as quickly as they were given. So I ask again, did you come from the outside? What do you know? Well, this is disappointing. I was hoping you'd have something you were willing to share. We imprison strangers at the first whiff of trouble, but you can keep your liberties for now. I trust that will be more conducive to a timely recollection of your origins. In the meantime, be wary of this place. Do not be tempted to engage with any of the pagan sentiments some of the locals may try to foist on you. Such beliefs are dangerous and forbidden. Do I make myself clear? And if you still wish to have protocol's aid, you'll just have to make yourself useful to me in other ways. The civilians in this village are a shady lot. Resistant to discipline and up to no good. I'm sure of it. We can hardly get the time of day out of them. But you're an outsider. They may not trust you exactly, but nor are they immediately suspicious of you. Sniff around. Keep your ears open. If you find anything I should know, come to me with it. If you want somewhere to start, well, we've had our eyes on Iris, the baker. I could send a patrol in, of course, but a softer approach might prove more efficacious. That is a very dangerous word to be bandying about. I suggest you forget you've ever heard it. Whatever evil the scientists had hidden in there, it has wrought havoc on this place. So no one goes near the substation, understood? Anyone trespassing there will be shot. The good Dr. Garrow? Not so good in my opinion. That woman is dangerous. Caught her up to her old nonsense again and incarcerated her smartly at our Skethermore camp. The prison is closely guarded, so don't even think about attempting to reach her without our permission. But that permission may be granted if you prove yourself loyal to us here in the village. Yes, what is it? Is that so? I wasn't expecting you to come up empty-handed, I must admit. Very well. You'll just have to keep sniffing elsewhere. Every one of these villages has something to hide, I'm sure of it. Good day to you. Stay out of trouble, eh?
Not sure I like the look of you.
Citizens of Wyndham, volunteers are required for work details on Scattermore. Work out to help out. Citizens of Wyndham, if you or any of your friends or family show signs of corruption,
Oi, what was that?
report it immediately.
Not sure I like the look of you. I think they've gone. made that noise? Let's be civilized about this. Hands away.
Any
Might be
breach of
nothing,
this
but...
regulation is punishable by death.
Let's not have any trouble. Outlaws sniffing around the village perimeter again. We should deal with those scum once and for all.
Bastions of normality within the zone. Keep it that way. Be normal.
Citizens of Wyndham, you are reminded that any building marked as sterilized is off limits prior to demolition. Trespass is a serious offense.
First thing I'm doing when they take that wall down is going on holiday.
The citizens of Wyndham.
If you or any of your friends or family show signs of corruption, report it immediately. Report early. The contagion...
Addressing civilian. Stand